Good morning, everyone. Welcome back to another episode of Rants About Tech, live number 158. We're moving right along. For this Monday, September 8th, I'm your host, Rod. I'm here in sunny Philadelphia today with a few of my good friends in the chat who are already getting it going already. I appreciate you guys for being here today. I hope you guys are enjoying some sunshine in your part of the world, wherever you are today. This is the tech show where we talk about today's tech news, more importantly, the eInk news of the day. We listen, this is season 2 of the reMove. So season 2, episode 1 today of the reMove. So we got more reMarkable Paper Pro move to talk about today. We got some Google news to talk about today. We also got some Apple news to talk about today. Apparently there's more Apple leaks. I don't know what to do with these Apple leaks. I'm not going to hold you. Me and Owen's got a show tomorrow during the Apple event, so don't miss that. It's going to be a live stream, I think 1 p.m. Eastern time. So yeah, you guys show up for that. Yeah, thank you for being here. Let's talk about today's holidays real quick before we get started with the day's tech news and for the shout outs here. Today is International Literacy Day. International Literacy Day. Read a book today. Read a book. Don't I know we're all listening to podcasts. You're listening to me right now. But get a book today. Get a book today. Matter of fact, I'm trying to talk a lot less loud. I'm trying to move the mic away from my mouth. I listened to some of my lives for the first time the other day. I never go back and listen to myself, but I did the other day, and I was like, dude, move the mic away from your mouth. Jesus Christ, you're clipping all over the place. But anyway, National Literacy Day. Get out, read a book. Pick a book up, turn some pages. You'll feel good about it. Read a book on your reMarkable Paper Pro. Move. It's okay. It's okay. You can do it. You can do it. Today's the day for that. It's also National Ampersand Day. This symbol right here. There we go. That symbol right there. Let's talk about the history. An ampersand is a character that represents the word and, okay? And is derived from the Latin word eat, which is for and. Coincidentally, when I was writing like scientific journals back in the day, it feels like another life ago right now. We used to use a term at the end of every journal that either we wrote or that I was reading. And that term, eat al, would be at the end of every scientific journal. It basically means and collaborators or and friends, signifying I didn't do this work by myself. I had help. So this ampersand is a symbol for help. The name ampersand itself comes from the phrase "and per se," and that's a lot of ands, which was used to distinguish a symbol when reciting the alphabet. The symbol is used for formal context for company names, brands, and in lists to show a close partnership, but it's typically replaced by the word "and" in formal writing in essays and used sparingly in more formal text formatting. Awesome. All right, so there we go, ampersand. There we go. So there we go. We know what the ampersand is now. So National Ampersand Day. Good to go. All right, let's get it on. Let's go ahead and get to the shout outs and into the chat here. What do we got in the chat? My brother's here today. I appreciate your brother for being here. Let's get the air horns. Get the air horns going for you guys here today. We got Mr. Larry Goodman in the building. We got Owen. Thanks for being here, Owen. We got Mr. Mike here. We got eInk. I appreciate you for being here. The Rock, I appreciate you for being here. Who else we got here in the chat? RS Men, thanks for being here. Appreciate you. Good morning. Aaron, as always. Good morning, Aaron. How you doing? And I think that's it for the chat crew right now. But I appreciate you guys for being here. Let's go ahead and, like I said, get to some of the tech news so we can get right to the reMove news. We'll do that right now. All right, so first up on the tech news agenda is going to be, who do we have here? Oh boy. We got Apple info leaks. Let's talk about it. So now I don't put much faith in Apple leaks. We talked about these leaks already on the live show many times before. So I don't think that's really anything new here, but we'll talk about it. Just 2 days away from the Apple event, Owen, we're doing this 1:00 p.m. Eastern time on the channel live. Me and Owen doing commentary of the Apple event. iPhone 17 smartphones. However, it seems that the specifics for this inbound model have already been released. And this leak is coming from, who did this come from? I got another one up here. Some of these leaks are coming from a private X account, and this is coming from Mac Rumors here. But some of the specifics, we got screen-wise, the iPhone 17 will use a 6.3-inch display as well as iPhone 17 Pro. The iPhone 17 Air will have a 6.6-inch panel, with the Pro Max still the biggest at 6.9 inches. Rear cameras, we got 48 megapixels for the 17, 12 megapixel follow sensor joined by a 12 megapixel version. I don't know what that means. The Air will have one 48 megapixel camera capable of filming 4K video. So we got 4K video on the 17, 8K video on the Pro, with that 48 megapixel sensor that they have here. That's interesting. I'd want the Pro because of the 8K video, but that's just me. ProRes all the way. Battery capacity is listed at 3,600 milliamp hours for the iPhone 17, 2,800 milliamp hours for the Air, and 3,700 milliamp hours for the Pro, and 6,000 milliamp hours for the Pro Max. Okay, that's quite a jump in battery from the Pro and the Pro Max. Capacity-wise, the iPhone 17 Air will range from 128 gigabytes to 512 gigabytes. The Pro will go from 128 gigabytes to 1 terabyte, and the Pro Max from 256 gigabytes to 1 terabyte. Interesting stuff there. We got more news to talk about really quickly. Some other leaks. The Apple Watch Series 11, with the chip based on the same architecture as the S9 and S10 chips in previous Apple Watch models. The Apple Watch Ultra 3 is supposed to come as well with chipsets based on the same architecture as the S9 and S10 chips. Now, this is interesting to me because of the problem Apple's been having with their blood oxygen sensor. They've been going through it with a company who actually invented that technology, and they've been in court for that, and which is one of the reasons why they couldn't sell their Watch 2 domestically for a while. Then they started selling it again on a technicality, and the company who they violated was like, I forgot, Massimo. So Massimo was like, nah, bruh, y'all ain't, you haven't been cleared to sell that. We didn't okay that. No one told us. So now they're back in court. This is interesting because, like I said, with the Ultra 3, hopefully they wouldn't have put that blood oxygen sensor that they stole from this other company into this watch, so they can actually sell these domestically without having problems. So kudos to them. I hope they figured it out. 4 new iPad Pro configurations with the M5 chip. So those are the Apple leaks there. What do we think, chat? Do we care? Oh, and I know you care, but does anyone else care? Let's get to the chat real quick. What do we got here? Love the shirt. Thank you. Listen, you got to be Superman sometimes. Not all the time. You got to be Captain Save him sometimes. My brother knows what I'm talking about. Right on, the Rocket. Those rides anywhere you can. Oh, people out riding in NYC. It's nice in the city. Not sure if you're from London, but it's a different feel. London is like NYC. Shy is more laid back, but not LA laid back. Not in the south side of Chicago. What are we talking about? Man, Chicago is on the bucket list. Yeah, Chicago. I want to get to Chicago. I really do. That's one city I've never been to. I definitely would not mind getting to Chicago myself. I am enjoying the last days of summer. Me too. I'm going to have to get out more and ride the one wheel a bit more. Shink, you getting some good, you got your e-bike, some e-bike riding in? Do you ever hit trails with those things? That would be interesting to know. Wait, you ask your brother or your brother in a way that I sometimes call you brother? No, that's my actual brother, Owen. Mr. Larry Goodman is my actual brother. The rumors behind the AirPod Pro 3s are vaguely interesting. Heartbeat and temperature sensor. That is interesting. The temperature sensor in that is interesting, Owen. I didn't even know that, so thanks for that tidbit. Maximum Derek, how's it going? Thanks for joining. This would be a nice jump from my 14 Pro. Yeah, I'm going to have to update at some point, but I don't think we're going to jump on this one. If they do a foldable, though, I'm on it. Only in the U.S., I've had that function on my phone for years. What up, Dr. Ling? How's it going? I hope, is hope, believe in hope. BM, I didn't get our dab in this morning. Morning to you, sir. Okay, let's get to the next eInk topic we got, or next tech topic we got here real quick. Let's get through these. So the next topic we got here is going to be about FIFA. Or I said FIFA. IFA 2025. Were you guys interested in this? Were you guys following the news coming out of Berlin? I know that we got two interesting bits of information coming out of this that we're going to talk about right after I talk about the overall picture here. I didn't see anything interesting here. Well, I saw one thing interesting, and that was what Kit was talking about. And I think, not Wired, but Engadget maybe? The Verge. The Verge did something on this where they talked about the new Palma. So we'll be talking about that as well. But I mean, nothing big. I mean, look at all these things here that came out of there. I guess Wired thought were interesting. I'm like, none of these are interesting to me. The Anchor docking station, that looked interesting. I won't lie. Did we see anything interesting coming out of here other than the new Palma, you guys? And before anyone says it, no one say the TCL 60 paper, like, no one bring that up, please. For this live show, please, no one talk about that thing. Just don't. Don't you do it. Don't you do it. Moving on, though, there was nothing I saw that was interesting here other than the Boox Palma device. Okay, so if there was something else interesting here, you guys let me know. I didn't see it. I missed it. Sheen says, you know what? We have great trails through the Twin Cities, but don't take the Tyler off road much. Navigating dirt roads gets rough with a trailer. Gotcha, definitely. But it's good to know you guys got some good trails around the area. Ask for it, review it. Oh boy. Owen wants me to talk about that thing. I'm like, all right, we're going to look at it. Okay. We're going to take a look at it real quick just so we can get by this tech news section and get to the reMove. Now, this is the thing here that Owen's talking about. This was there. Now, this thing was at CES 2024. I was there. I saw it. I played with it, had hands on with it. Trash. Total and utter. It's so gimmicky. And the gimmick part about this is the screen just goes black and white to preserve battery. It goes into a low power mode. It turns off all your communications. Like, oh, our phone will last for a month. Yeah, with nothing working. What are we talking about? That's your eInk like experience. Nothing works and it's black and white. Is that what they think of us? Is that how the mainstream sees us, you guys? Do they see us as very ignorant people who just use devices that nothing is working on and it's black and white? They're like, these guys don't need much. You give them a black and white display, turn off everything, they're straight. No, it's not how it works at all. It's not how any of this works. So anyway, what do we think, chat? You guys let me know. You guys let me know. I don't see it, but I could be wrong. I could totally be wrong. What's the name of this show? I don't even know what can we get over there? Chat, let me know if, wow, I can't even grab the little marker down here. Chat, let me know if I'm wrong. Oh, okay. You know what? Chat, let's do this. Let's change this. For the people who don't know that the reMarkable Paper Pro is actually, or Move is actually the reMove, I'm going to change the title of the show. There we go. We're good to go now, I think. Bam. All right, we did it. All right, what do we think, chat? The maze in Maze Runner, it was a gimmick. Oh, it was good. I like gimmicks. The S stands for hope this planet. Keep the hope alive, Jesse. We're keeping hope alive here, brother. We got some nice trails around here. Where are you at, Max? Maximum Derek. What part of the world are you in? Random tangent. You gotta love it. All right, so moving on here. The next thing we got now, like I said, I don't really like that. I don't the CCL that 60. I don't. What do they call it? What is the name of it? It's called the TCL Next Paper 60 Ultra. We're moving on. The Boox Palma was the next thing that came out of IFA that I thought was interesting. So the next Boox Palma, and that color eInk screen with a color eInk screen and cellular connectivity. So, okay. Now, chat. I'm gonna say this right now. I'm all for a color eInk screen, but if that's it, that's not gonna cut it. like the first problem with this is that it still looks like the bezels, bro. It looks dated, right? Like, to me, it looks dated already. So if they decided to me, this thing, the mobile thing only works if you're making a premium product in the U.S. market. Like, I don't know about other markets. Okay, I've never lived anywhere else for extended periods of time to like analyze the markets there, but I know the U.S. market, and I know that if you're gonna make a mobile device, only the premium ones make it. We've got too much evidence that proves that. Like, there's too much history that goes into that to say otherwise. This doesn't look premium. Now, will it do well? Yeah. Could it do better? Yes. Yes, it could. Like, I think that when they make that shift to making their mobile phones look premium like they do their 10-inch devices, I think we got something. I think we got something then. When they give the Palma the premium treatment, we got something. The Rock says, I just did 40 minutes of rain trail on Saturday. They're great around Chicago. Oh, snap, Chicago. Overnight, the Boox Palma, more like the Boox Napalm or the Boox Why Bother? I don't. It could be better. The Palma could be better. I agree, and I think that it will get better. As long as they give it the treatment they give some other devices. I think that would help this device. But again, this looks pink. I don't know if they're going for pink. I doubt it. I think that those words or that banner is supposed to be purple maybe. They didn't. I don't know. This wasn't a good look. They should have held off on showing that color portion right there until it got better. That's not a good look. Boox is all about selling new hardware every year. And I think that's the thing here. It doesn't need to be. eInk doesn't move that fast to do that. And I think Onyx is selling spec bumps and firmware updates to differentiate these things. They're selling minor processor spec bumps and things like that to sell devices, because it's not the eInk technology itself. It's moving very slowly. But I mean, you need a company like that to push things along, right? I mean, this is very needed. If they weren't here, there'd be nobody to fill that void. So I think Onyx is needed in this space, and needed doing what they're doing too. What else we got here? Oh boy. Hey, you know who did the handheld eInk experience better? The TC. Oh my God. Why did I even read that? Okay, we're moving on. We're moving on. Next thing we got up here is someone took 100 pictures of cats with their Pixel 10, and they wanted to talk about their results here. And I thought, okay, I'm a cat. Dare I say cat lover? This is a very new experience for me. I've never had pets, but anyway, I'm a cat lover these days, and I'm like, okay, someone use the Pixel to take some pictures of some cats. Like, let's take a look. Okay, and look at the title. The title says, I took 100 cat photos with the Google Pixel 10. Here's what I learned about the cameras. All right, I don't know what they learned about the cameras, but I took a look at the cat pictures, and I learned that they don't know how to take pictures. And maybe the cats don't clean themselves good enough, and you may need to intervene. That's my takeaway from this. Whoever this is taking these cat pictures, they don't know how to take pictures. These are the worst cat pictures ever. That cat looked like he had a hard day. I'm changed that. That cat looked like he had a hard millennium. Like, why? Why are these the pictures you like? Come on, these are the pictures you post of your cats. Man, listen. If I'm taking a picture and posting it of my cat gonna be groomed. Like, I got a little black cat in there. I call her LBC, Long Beach, California. I call her LBC, little black cat. Like, I take pictures of her, but if she doesn't clean her eyes relatively well, so I just wait for Amy to do that, and then I take the pictures. Okay, moving on. Yeah, cat. Listen, chat. Is it me? This cat look like he's been through some things. And he ain't the only one. That cat look like he will whoop your butt. Yo. That cat looking like, bro, try me, okay? Don't even play with me today. I done took all about as much as I can take. All right, moving on. We're done. But anyway, that's what I learned from looking at these photos. I learned that this person doesn't know how to take pictures, and they think that they shouldn't groom their cats at all, even though your cats do a good job of grooming themselves. But sometimes you got to intervene. Sometimes, not all the time, but sometimes. All right, let's move on. Let's move on from that. Next thing we got here is Google finally details Gemini usage limits. So let's go ahead and talk about that. I thought this was interesting because we didn't know the usage limits. We got vague information talking about usage limits before. So let's go ahead and detail what we have here. All right, so now it's known that you can receive up to 5 prompts per day with Gemini 2.5 Pro on a free account. So if you're free, you get 5 prompts per day. You get 100 with a AI Pro plan, and you get 500 prompts with an AI Ultra plan. Okay. Free accounts are also limited to 5 deep research reports and 100 generated images a day. So, I mean, that's a reasonable limit right there. I mean, why don't they bring the prompts up to more than 5 if they give you this much generosity with the research and with the generated images? Come on, they need to bump that up. Upgrading to a Pro or Ultra account would get you 1,000 images, though, if you need more than that. Now, you can find all the details here on this page. I have the link for all of the stories I'm talking about, including this one, if you want to take a look at these details here and find our detail. The link is in the description of the video, so you can check out all the stuff I'm talking about here, there. But yeah, very interesting. I think this is good because, you know, we didn't know before. All right. And it's always good to have the information so you know what you're facing. 5 prompts a day if you're free. That's not a lot. They need to do something about that. All right. Next up, we got Google confirms Android attack, no fix for 1 billion phones. Now, this is interesting to me. Typically, I don't even cover like stories like this. But this is interesting to me because I found out that over 25% of devices that are being used on the market that are Android phones won't be able to get an update to fix this attack this vulnerability that's going on in Android right now because their phones are too old to get security updates. That's a lot. 25% of Android users won't be able to get this vulnerability patched. So I thought this was interesting. So here's what we have here. Google has issued a critical warning for all. Oh boy, can we get rid of that? There we go. Google has issued a critical warning for all Android users, confirming that 2 separate vulnerabilities have been exploited in the wild. The 2 severe vulnerabilities are the CVE 2025 38352, bang, and the CVE 2025 48543. They affect the Android kernel and Android runtime, respectively. A particularly interesting caveat is that this doesn't require any user interaction to go off. So you can get exploited without any input from you. So this is just something that can run in the background. And like I said, this was serious to me just because 25% of users for Android won't be able to get the security patch. So if you're using an older phone, or if you got, like, I know a lot of people give their grandparents and their parents older Android phones just to use because, you know, they don't need the newest features and all that stuff. So you may want to check with people in your life who have older Android phones and just as a precautionary measure, check and see if you can still get security updates on those things. And if you can't, you may want to consider updating at least into a phone that can get updates. New Google phones are pretty good. They've been giving out 7-year updates for all of their new devices, and I think that's awesome. Let's go to the chat here. See, this is what I'm talking about. Most people don't need a 48 megapixel camera that can take a macro of your, yeah, or their cat's butt hair, either or. Yeah, this dude clearly didn't know what he was talking about taking those pictures, taking those pictures though. That was just bad. He clearly wasn't using the new Google feature that shows you how to take good pictures. The coach. He wasn't using the AI picture coach. Clearly. The cat, I've seen things you wouldn't believe. Attack ships on fire off the shoulder of Orion. I've watched beams glitter in the dark near Tannhauser Gate. All those moments would be lost in time. Oh my God, that was great. Oh, that was great. That was great. Max, that was great. Like tears and rain. Oh man, people people just throwing millions into stuff because they got the word internet in it, regardless of demand or use case. Yeah, agreed. That was good. Oh, you'd never have this kind of problem with an iPhone. Mostly because Apple doesn't acknowledge problems with iOS until years after the problem happened. Exactly. Parmesan says, "How's it going, Palm? Thanks for coming. What are your thoughts on the color Palma with SIM card that Kit showed on his channel this weekend?" We just talked about that. I'll reiterate that for you, Palm. It pales in comparison to the might and the power of the. Oh my God, Owen, stop it! Oh my, with the next paper, dude. What are we doing? All right, so for Palm, we're gonna go back. We're gonna go back for Palm, everybody, and because this is an eInk thing, so I don't mind going back to it because it's eInk. All right, here we go. So this is the thing you're talking about, Palm. Now, what do I think of this? Trash. For a few reasons. First of all, look at it says it's a color display. That color doesn't, if that's supposed to be purple, it's not. It's not anywhere near it. So my thing is they probably showed off something that's not going to be like what the final product is going to be like, but who cares? Why would you show this if you weren't happy with it? And if you were happy with this, why were you happy with it? Like, this should have never seen the light of day. But yeah, that color doesn't look good. You can tell they're not going to bump the materials up to premium materials. This isn't going to be one of those kind of things. So therefore, ipso facto, I think it is trash. Oh no! Listen, no one's ever late to the show, Parm. Whenever you make it to the show, I'm eternally grateful. So you're never late. You're just always on time, bro. Always on time. Owen says, "Okay, man, I have a thing about TCL products right now. You know, TCL is making some very innovating stuff. That don't mean it's good, but they're innovating. Something's gonna stick. You throw enough of it at the wall. I can't. I injured my shoulder, so I can't really throw with this arm. I can't even make the throwing. I can't even make the throwing motion with this arm right now. But you throw enough stuff at the wall, something's gonna stick. They're gonna do it. It looked better on Kit's Live. Well, I'm gonna have to go check out Kit's Live. I was just trying to find pictures of it. So you think did the colors look better, Palm? Let me know your thoughts. What do you think? Anybody else out there? Have you guys seen better images of this? Let me know you guys' thoughts on this because I've only seen this crappy image. I didn't use the video because I'm trying not to use videos on the live if I can help it. But you know what though? You know what, chat? Because we out here living La Vida Loca, you know what I'm saying? We out here living La Vida Loca. We about to pull up Kit's video and critique it. Ooh, what's this? Oh, this is Kit's short for the. All right, do I have to go to Kit's Kit's like channel now? Yeah, I guess I gotta. Oh boy. There we go. Okay.
This one on the left.
Oh, hold on, Chad. Hold on. Oh boy. Oh, chat. What? All right, what am I doing? Oh, I got the headphones on the wrong way. I should probably start the show out with the headphones on so I don't have to get them ready. One day I'll be a professional streamer. You guys, one day. I don't know when that day is going to be. One day I'll be a professional streamer with a stream deck. I'll have producer Rod over here working the boards for me so I don't have to do it. It's going to be great, you guys. We're not there yet, but it's going to be great. All right, let's check this out.
Left is a color Palma, and this on the right is a black and white Palma, and you'll see both of them have...
Oh, it does look way better on Kit's video. What do I know?
The all-important, the 4G connectivity at the top there. So I'm heading somewhere where I hope is going to be a haven of relative calm in all this. And they seem to have a new announcement that I didn't actually know about, so that's going to be fascinating to see if I can get that on camera for you. It's like I found the right place.
All right, Kit, let's get to the phone, bro. There we go. Okay, let's get to the phone kit.
Much more like a mass market product. So I'm really pleased that, you know, they're here and they're really positive vibe around color Palma here. This one on the left is the color Palma.
All right, that looks good. I'm not gonna. I can't hold it. I can't hold you, chat. That looks good. Oh, and yeah. Let me just get through this video. We're gonna. It's open already. So if you guys are if you guys have comments, we have a call-in section of the show. We have a call-in section of the show where we allow people to talk on the show. Now we're gonna do a hard 2-minute limit on calls. Okay. But you get to come on and say whatever you want to say about whatever we've talked about here today. If you want to get that link, the link is in the description. If the link to the Discord is also in the description of the video. If you want to join that, just come into the events channel, raise your hand, let me know you want to say something, and I'll pull you up to talk. But we're gonna get to that right after this. We kind of preview Kit's video here, or not preview it, but just watch Kit's video.
That is set up to do this for a little while. You had for Donnie.
All right, so yeah, so like I said, I am loving the color on this. The color looks better on here than it did that picture. Absolutely. So thank you. Who brought this up? Thank you. I forgot who brought this up. Was it Max? No, that wasn't Max. That was Palm. So thanks, Palm, for bringing this up. I really appreciate that because the picture I saw was garbage, but this looks a lot better.
To let me try her color Palma here. This one on the left is a color Palma, and this on the right is a black and white Palma. And you'll
wow, color. Like, okay. Listen, like I'm impressed. I can't. I'm impressed. I'm impressed.
See, both of them have the all-important, I've been asking them to do this for a little while, the 4G connectivity at the top there. Yeah, I've been testing out this black and white one for a little while. They've let me have this. It says Palma 2 on the front when I load it. It's a prototype device, but they asked me just to measure as I go around, measure the network speeds and send them updates and let them know if there's any issues with the UI at all. And I found it to be really reliable in terms of its connectivity. So now we can finally have what we've always wanted, I think, which is a Boox Palma.
Oh, okay, all right. Okay, so now we get a chance to look at the design here a little bit. Looks like there's a phone, or it looks like there's a camera on the back. No camera bump. I like that. I mean, it looks like it's in a. Is it in a case, chat? Does it look like that's in a case? I like that though. I like that. Premium build though. What are we talking?
But with a SIM.
That does look like a metal. That does look like a metal band around it. Chat. What are we? That does look like a metal band around it. That's interesting.
Card, and you can see there, hopefully, it's not really just like at home. It's much more difficult to do here as well with the bad lighting. But this one, though, is...
The lighting looks good to me, man.
The Boox Palma color and is also connected to the network. So I think this is going to be fabulous. Because with Boox's track record of doing eInk as well as they do, I think this is going to run reliably. I think this is going to run smoothly. I think this is going to look great. Now, I don't think there's much content that I can actually show you, but hopefully I can go into a browser.
So this is very interesting.
Front light and the interface. It's great to see. Finding your way around someone else's phone that is set up differently to how you would normally use it. All right,
so my thing is this. My question is this, chat. My question is this. Does the Palma, what was the limitation of the connectivity of the original Palma 2? That, I mean, the one that came out before the one we're looking at right now. I mean, I thought it did connect to the internet. I thought it had a browser and all of that. I just thought it didn't have cellular connectivity. Am I wrong about that? Let me know, chat. I could be wrong about that. If I'm wrong about that, let me know.
That is set up differently to how you would normally use it is an interesting one.
The color looks good though. I mean, it's on par with their Note Air 4C. You know what I'm saying? And
now,
probably
We don't know what it's going to be called yet. They're not quite revealing that. Just going to have a bit more of a play around with the eInk center on the for Boox because, yeah.
I like that. That looks good. That looks actually really good. That actually looks really good. I'm not gonna hold you.
It's really doing well. Now, we're not sure, they're not saying what it's going to be called, but one thing that I have had confirmed is that they won't be doing a black and white with cellular, but they will be doing the color Boox Palma with cellular. So this should be seen as a different device, and that makes...
Interesting. So maybe a slight update to the Palma 2 for the black and white, and the color will be something totally different altogether because it's got cellular. I mean, they'll do something crazy like call it the Palma 2 AC. You know what I mean?
Makes perfect sense because the Palma, as it is, the Palma 2 are selling really well.
Let's go to the chat here
because
really
I got
some
the fact that it
got
doesn't have
tidbits that I didn't know about this thing. So, Aaron says, it did connect to the internet, just didn't have cellular. Okay, so that was my thing. So that's what I'm like. Okay, so from the sound of it just now, it sounded like something new was being added to it, its cellular capability, but that's not the case. Or its internet capability. It's not. They're not adding anything to the internet capability. They just put a cellular radio in there, and it's a color display, which is cool. But you know what it's not going to do? You know what you're not going to be able to do on this? You know what it's not going to have? EMR, Wacom. It's not going to have that. If it has a stylus at all, it's going to be active. It's going to be similar to the Ghost 7, that piece of trash. It's going to be that. But it'll be a phone. And do I want it? Absolutely. Absolutely. But that doesn't to me, that doesn't put it in the same category as the reMove. You know what I mean? The fact that the reMove is a competent note, you know what though? We're going to talk about that. I'm not going to even dive into that right now. Thank you, Palm, for bringing that video up because that definitely gave me a better look at the that color eInk Palma. That looks exciting. I'm super interested in that. Let's go to the chat real quick and see what the chat's talking about. Oh yeah, Owen, and the chat. So let's go ahead and go. I'm gonna get through the chat, Owen, here, and then we're gonna pop over to the live event channel. So again, we got a call-in section. It's the event channel in the Discord. Link in the description. If you have something you say, you have a comment you wanna voice, 2-minute limit. Let's try to keep it to 2 minutes or less for the comments, so everybody gets a chance to talk, and we can get back to the show and keep the show moving. But you can do that if you go to the link in the description. You can join the Discord, or you can just hit the actual events channel link in the description and get right to the events channel. Raise your hand. I'll know you're there and want to say something, and then we'll bring you right over to that. But let me finish up the chat, and then we'll pop right over to the events channel there. Let me just see if we have anybody in the event. There's no one even in the events channel right now. Oh, there is. Okay. So we'll pop right over there. Let's see what we got in the chat here. We got a lot of chat for this device. There's a lot of love for this device, it seems like. This just looks like a phone for people who hate themselves, says Max. Good take, Max. Good take. But I think this is going to be good. I think this new Palma with color and cellular, like this is what we wanted, right? You guys, what are we talking about? There's a couple downsides to this thing that I see. Okay, that's 2 downsides I see to it having total world domination, but we'll talk about that. Maximum Derek, you're talking about me. I hate myself, says Owen. I want one of those too. Gorgeous, love it, says eInk. I think it's great too. I love how it looks. It looks really sleek, and the color looks good. I really do like it. Derek says, oh, like you're the only one. No, I think there are plenty of us full of self-loathing. Says Owen. I love the idea of a handheld eInk device with the Kindle app. Yeah, that's what this is going to be. Handheld Kindle app, accepts cellular data, so you get phone calls on this. This is great. This is an LCD-less life if this works right. Like if Supernote wants to make a handheld, they have the Nomad, right? They have no real need to go smaller than that. It would be interesting though. Oh, would it be interesting? Correct, but just connected over 4G. I think that's the point. Yeah, so it's Palma connected over 4G with color screen, like Mr. Mike just said here. Yes, that's what we're dealing with. But would have to be in the same sync ecosystem as my Manta. Right, with the smaller Supernote. I agree with that. Aaron says it did connect to the internet. Yep. Mashup Mike needs to be 5G at this point though. Surely 5G. Yes, I would take that in the new Palma, the new color Palma. Sheen says thank you, not writing. Parmesan says I spend too much time outdoors for work that I'm always looking for eInk displays for direct sunlight. See, I have a video to show you guys later on of me using the reMove in direct sunlight, walking around with it. I'm going to play that video here in a little bit. Tomas, thanks for joining. Appreciate you being here. Did Palma need Wi-Fi connection to connect to the internet? That was the restrictions. It required second device for the internet. So, okay, so the original Palma did need Wi-Fi connection, but this new one with the color has a cellular radio in it, so you can connect to, your cellular connect or your cell service like T-Mobile, Verizon. Aaron says I don't think it's meant to compete with the Move. No, it's not. It's not. It doesn't compete with the Move. And what we're talking about here, if you guys don't know, we're talking about this new. Can we get a good picture of it here? There we go. No, that's not a good picture. There we go. We're talking about the new color Palma here with a cellular radio in it. I think it looks great. So we're going through the chat here as well, but that's the device that we're talking about. Tomas said, we got out there already. I wish the reMove would have put cellular support. And that would have, you think it's expensive now. If the reMove had cellular support, that would be crazy. No, it's not a better Palma because it doesn't write. Right, exactly, eInk. 100%. And thanks, eInk, for the super chat. eInk says, no, it's not a better Palma because it doesn't write. Absolutely. I think there's a differentiation to be made there with the reMove and the Palma. There's gonna be some similarities, right? And people are gonna want to compare those things, but they're two different ball games. Does that make sense? I mean, did Supernote need to go smaller? No, Supernote didn't need to go smaller. I think they did exactly what they needed to do with the Nomad. I do. I think they made the perfect size for the Nomad. Max says reMarkable. I mean, no, did reMarkable need to go smaller? No, reMarkable did not need to go smaller. It makes writing difficult at that size. You won't get 2 words on a line, right? reMarkable made the biggest device they could, but still fit in the hand comfortably. And that's what they needed to do. That's what they did. I think they made the perfect size for what they're trying to do. Mr. Mike says, why are you skipping my comments? Oh, Mike, I didn't see it. Are we on live chat? Yeah, we are on live. Whether or not it's a phone was not stated. Just because it has 4G doesn't mean that it's a phone. No, it doesn't mean it's a phone, but people are going to make it into a phone. People are going to want it to be a phone, right? This is like when people see this, like I'm going through the chat right now. Maybe I should put the chat up here. Let me put the chat into this thing right here to make it a little bit easier for people who. And then maybe I should move myself. Oh boy. I just ruined it, chat. I just ruined it. And the chat doesn't look good over that either. So let me cut that chat out. That doesn't look good. Going back to the chat though. What do we got here? Why are you skipping my comments, says Mr. Mike. Mr. Mike, I'm not skipping your comments, bro. I missed them. I went back though. I got you. I took care of you, Mr. Mike. Hey Brian, good to see you. Is top chat on right? Yeah, it was eInk. I just took it off. Thank you. I appreciate it. Listen, every time this happens, I think about you and I'm like, eInk would tell me to go turn it to live chat. All right, so there we go. I think we got through all the chats that were at the bottom. If you made chats earlier in the chat and I didn't see them, it's because I had top chat on. It's not because I was ignoring you. My bad. I have live chat on now, so I should see all the chats. But let's go ahead and get to the call-in section here so we can hear Owen's take on this particular thing here. 1 second here. Oh, can we do it? I thought I could do it. Oh, boy. Oh, we did it. We did it. Oh, we didn't do it. Where? Oh, there it is. Is that it? Oh, that's definitely not it. That definitely is it. That's it. Here we go. We're gonna pull you up here, invite to speak. All right. So Owen, I'm not sure if you're there, bro.
Okay.
Can you hear me, Owen? How's it going? Oh, good morning, Owen, and thanks for showing up for the talk.
Good morning. Firstly, shame on you.
Why? What happened?
You have the bravery to give the reMove top marks. You have
Uh-huh.
the bravery to give Boox the kudos they deserve for the innovation of a SKU that everybody's asking for in reality. And I'll get back to that in a minute. But you won't give TCL the acknowledgement of a hybrid.
Oh my! Why did I?
device.
Oh, why did I give you a soapbox, Owen?
That is unconscionable, sir. Anyway, so here's the thing. I don't know what it's like in the States, but like, I think it's worth mentioning that
Mm-hmm.
with the Boox, there's like it's a product that actually speaks to people who move around in London, because I don't know if you're aware of what the London Underground is like, but it's effing murder. It really
Okay.
is. Like, in Europe, we don't have a problem with Wi-Fi, because it's like we don't need mobile internet because everyone has.
Oh,
Wi-Fi
Owen, they can't hear you. Hold on, Owen, they can't hear you. Hold on. Let me
really?
make sure I got this. Let me make sure I got this right here. All right, say something, Owen.
Hello?
Oh, snap.
Hello?
Yeah, you should be getting heard, but they saying they're not hearing you.
Are you sure?
Yeah, I think so. Can you guys hear Owen? Let me know if you can or can't hear Owen.
I mean, I'm
maybe
pretty
it's the volume. I'll
distinct.
bump the volume up.
Okay.
Okay, go ahead. I think. Oh no, she said we
Are
can't
you-
hear Owen. Yeah, they can't hear you. 1 second. Let me make sure we're good here. Dude, I can't believe this, Owen.
Rod.
I know, my bad, you.
Rod.
Listen, chat. I'm gonna have to work on this, Owen. We might have to do this another time, bro, because I did not. I thought I hooked this up properly, but what happened was I hooked up the live chat too, and that may have interfered with how I do the
All right.
Discord. Yeah.
All right, but
that
what
may
I need
interfere.
what I need to hear from you right now
Yeah. So
is Owen. Owen.
So Owen, we're gonna have to do this another
I want
time.
you to repeat after me. I want you to repeat after me.
Go
right?
ahead.
Are you ready for this?
Yeah.
Owen, I will get a review sample.
Oh, Owen wants. Listen, all right. Owen wants me to get a review sample, you guys. He wants me to get a review sample. We'll try to do it.
I want you to compare it against the reMove, and I want you to be objective. I want you to put that in a use case with people who aren't looking to spend a bunch of money on something like the reMove, which is like $500, by the way. The TCL Next Paper 60 is going to be maybe 250. Like,
right.
That's two different markets. That's a different economy. And I think that speaks to a lot of people, especially school kids.
No, I agree. I agree with that too. That is definitely a good observation there. I just think my problem with the TCL Next Paper is that they claim it's e-paper in a lot of their marketing, and it's not. That's my problem with the e-paper. And for those who don't know, we're talking about the TCL Next Paper 60. It's a device that has a low power mode that basically they call an e-paper mode, to where it just goes black and white. I get what you're saying, Owen. I get what you're saying. We're going to have to come back to this because, like I said, it's not working properly. We can hear you now, though. But we're going to have to get back to this, Owen, so I can finish up this tech side so we can get onto the eInk conversation.
I got sabotaged by you.
We'll get back to it, though, Owen. We'll totally get back to it.
We're having like 2 hours together tomorrow. You're going to suffer for this.
Okay. All right, you guys. Thanks. Owen, oh, yeah. Don't forget to join us tomorrow, you guys. We're going to do a live stream tomorrow. So thanks for joining me, Owen. We'll get back to this in a second. If you're going to hang out, I'll come back to this. All right. So getting back to the stuff that we're talking about here. The next thing we're going to talk about on the list is going to be, what do we got here? I think that's all for the tech stories. That is all. So that's all for the tech stories, you guys. Let's go on to the reMove part of the show. I want to show a couple of reMove things that I want to get across to you guys. Now, I've been thinking about how to use the reMove. If you guys got like use cases for how you're using the reMove, if you guys have the reMarkable Paper Pro Move already, let me know how you feel about that. But I'm going to show a couple use cases right now for me, and you guys can let me know how you feel. So let's go ahead and get to that right now. Oh, if you guys are liking the content, go ahead and hit the like button. Don't feel shy. You can subscribe too. Monday through Friday we do this, and you can join us anytime you feel like, except on the weekends. There'll be crickets. Let's get to that show. So I want to show this part right here for the reMove before we get the reMove conversation started, and I think this will be a very interesting bit of content for some people out there. So let's go ahead and take a look. So this is me using the reMarkable, the reMove outside, right? This is the use case for me, a bag device that I can just take comfortably outside and not have to worry about it. There's a couple of reasons, and I'm gonna get to those reasons why I feel that way. The Steelers won, the Bills won. It's a good day for sports. This is me outside again, showing just how good it looks in the sunlight. I think all these pictures are taken with the Meta Ray-Bans. So that's a sunlight picture right there. That's yours truly right there. That's how cool you look when you're using the reMarkable Paper Pro Move outside. When you got the reMove outside, you instantly look this cool. I'm cool. Nextly, we have just outside, right? Using the device, how it looks outside. All right, so nextly, I want to talk about and show how, like, some footage of like what I was thinking at the time, right? So let's take a look at this. I think it'll. So play. I'm out on my morning walk, and I got the reMarkable. I'm not gonna call it what they call it. This is the reMove. What's going on, chat? So, this is the reMove, and I'm out like using it how I would normally use a smaller device, right? I can turn it off, hold it by the wayside right here. I'm just taking notes on the podcast that I'm listening to on my Meta Ray-Bans here. And as something interesting comes up, I'm popping it open, writing that topic down. Buffalo wins, of course. And then I'm putting it back down, continuing my listen, right? I wish I had a case on this. Amazon screwed me on my case. They didn't send it to me. Hopefully they're going to get it to me soon. But this right here is, like, this is what this is awesome. I mean, it's small. Okay, so one use case right there. Now let me get over here. I really do dig that. Let's get to the chat real quick. I really do dig that. I got more of that coming, you guys. I got 2 more of those little shorts that I want to get through. Your use case is definitely a fashion statement, says Aaron. Sometimes it's about that. Sometimes it's about that, Aaron. It's sometimes. I know Owen, my cousin, got their 3 generations of MDs in Scotland. Stay brave, sir. Dr. Lane says the Nomad had the same screen as the A5X, but higher resolution. But with higher resolution. I think so. I'm not 100% on that either, Dr. Ling. And same thing with the reMarkable Paper Pro and reMove. I'm not sure about that. I can't really comment on that because I'm not 100% sure. Dr. Ling says, Edward, can you explain why smaller screens typically have higher resolutions? Is it just a cost thing, or is there something I'm missing? It's not a cost thing. I just think it's a size thing. So, am I up here? Yeah, I think not a cost thing, but a size thing. So, when you're making, I guess the bigger displays, I think it might have to do with quadrants. I think it's just a size thing. I think when you make a smaller display, no, I can't. You know what? Let's find out, Dr. Ling. I don't know. Why do smaller displays have higher PPI? Smaller displays have higher. Here we go. Smaller displays have higher pixels per inch PPI because for a given resolution number of pixels, the same number of pixels are packed into a smaller physical space, resulting in greater pixel density and a sharper, more detailed image. For instance, 1080p resolution on a 5-inch smartphone screen yields a much higher PPI than the same 1080 resolution on a 32-inch TV, as pixels have to be smaller to fit into the smaller space. I remember asking this question, or this question being coming up on a live that we did before, and the response was there wasn't a difference in this. There wasn't supposed to be a difference in the size because they're supposed to scale because it's pixels per inch. So per inch of the screen, how many pixels do you have on in there? Now, unless the pixels are being unless the individual pixels are smaller, and I think that's what the case is. I think, okay, there, bam. So a pixel could be smaller for a smaller screen because you need less of them to fill that screen. And because you need less of them to fill that screen, you can afford to put smaller pixels on the screen. And it is a price thing. So to answer your question, Dr. Ling, it seems to be a price thing. So smaller displays, because they're smaller and it's less real estate being populated with pixels, they can afford to make the pixels a little bit smaller to pack more in on the actual display. That would be my answer for that. That's my educated guess. What else we got here in the chat? I wasn't reading the chat and absolutely heard that as fashion statement. See previous comment questioning. Yeah, I went back up, Dr. Ling. I appreciate that. BM is solid. I'm in Denmark for a good portion of the year. That's just convenient when I have to be in the office. Oh, that makes sense. That makes a lot of sense. Thanks. Absolutely. Yeah, I think that's what it is. Because we look at it closer, so they made it like that. Maybe. Yeah, CJ. Thanks for being here, CJ. Yeah, I think that's what it is. So when you look at this device here, which is the cell phone, let's say it's 300 ppi and this is 300 ppi. I have to fill this phone with a lot less pixels because there's a lot less real estate. I can afford to pay to make the pixels a little bit smaller so I can fit more on here to get a resolution. And when you do that, the combined result of smaller pixels leads you to having the same pixel density, but more pixels on the actual screen itself. So yeah, that's interesting. Thanks for bringing that up because I just learned something just there. All right, what else we have here? Let's go on to the next thing we have up here, which I'm just showing use cases for the reMarkable Paper Pro the reMove. Let's go ahead and check out the other ones I have up here. And this is the next one. Okay, so I got cut off while I was talking, but it's small enough to just have in your hand. Another thing that I discounted before on a lot of eInk devices is the ability for the pen to stay on the device where it's at, right? Now listen, let me talk about that. While I was walking and using the device, it hit me like the reMarkable platform is the only platform that has pens that stay on the device. Let's not make a mistake here. Rather you can't. There's a plastic device, so you can't. The pen won't attach to the device. Onyx, please don't nobody bring up Onyx. No one say Onyx in this conversation. Okay, you get an insta ban. You bring up Onyx in a conversation talking about a pen staying in place. Okay, stop it. Same with Viwoods. They haven't nailed it either. The only company that's nailed a pen sticking to the side of the device securely to where you don't have to worry about it. Like I can pick this device up by the pen. How many devices? I can do that with with the reMarkable Paper Pro. Oh boy, it's a little more sketchy to do with this. But you can do it. It's a little more sketchy, but you can do it. You can't do that with no other devices. Chill out. Chill out. Okay, for those who don't know, I got a whiteboard. Can you guys want to see my whiteboard for eInk devices? So this is how I store them over here. Can we show this? Oh, that was the wrong one. My hand is over it. There we go. So that's when I keep walking over here and grabbing devices. That's where I'm grabbing them from. What's over here? Oh, we got 3D printing stuff. Or plant and you got. Okay, all right. We're moving on. All right. But yeah, so the pen staying on the device is super important when you are using a device that you're going to be outside with and holding for a couple reasons. One of those reasons is you don't have to hold the pen in your hand. It's a one-handed affair. The pen's going to stay where you put it because it's a reMarkable device. So you don't have to worry about it. You pull the pen off, it turns on, you write, you slap the pen back on it, and it's a one-handed thing. You don't have to have the pen in another hand, or a pocket for the pen, or a bag for the pen. It's going to stay right there, accessible to you. I love that. Okay, moving on. If I stick it there and I put it down to the side to walk or whatever, and I pull it up, take the pen off, it wakes up. I wish it. I mean, I guess I don't wish it was shut off when I put the thing on. That would be kind of weird. But it's cool that it wakes up. But having a pen that will stay in place, that you can confidently put there and have it stay in place is awesome. There ain't very many devices like that. The only other small device I would use like this is the Nomad, and you can't stick a pen to the Nomad. It's not a knock on the Nomad, but that's a definite win for the reMove here. Yeah, so I definitely think that having that pen be able to stay in place for a device where you're on the go with, you have peace of mind that I'm not going to lose this thing out and about when I'm going somewhere. And like I said, there's no other device that I feel comfortable with, like carrying in a hand with the pen attached to it. I don't feel comfortable. That's why I don't. So this is why I stopped caring. I literally stopped caring about this, like devices sticking to the pins. It stopped mattering to me once I realized, oh, well, the best pens don't stick to devices. And B, the companies who are making these pens stick to devices, they're not staying there. So what does it matter that they stick there when they don't stay in place and the best pens aren't magnetic? It matters with the reMarkable because that pen actually stays there. And that's why I don't complain about their pen as much as I complain about most other people's pens, because it stays in place. It's that way for a reason, and I'm okay with that. I wish it was better. I wish it had some ergonomics, but in a world where no other pen stays in place, I'll take that. All right, let's go on to the next thing we got here. So the next one I have up here, I think. Oh boy, is it? Yes, the next one. All right, and this is the last one we got here. So the last little snippet I want to show of my use outside with the reMarkable Paper Pro Move, aka the reMove. All right, so one more thing, using the writing capabilities while you're walking, is that something you can do comfortably? And I think that it is something that I can comfortably feel comfortable doing. Just take a stop. Hello world. It's not so big that it hinders how I write, right? I'm just write crappy normally, and you can tell I wrote that at home. So, but yeah, so, and this is something I wouldn't do much walking unless, like I said, in the morning when I take my morning walk and I'm listening to podcasts. That's the perfect device to take on that walk with me and just kind of take notes while I'm listening and taking a walk, because it only requires one hand, not two. The pen stays in place, and it's small enough to where I can hold it in it and not be cumbersome even while walking. I am Rod. It's, even if I were walking, this is something that I wouldn't, I mean, I'd have to look up, right? But it's something I feel comfortable holding like this and using and writing. I don't think this definitely, I would feel weird using it like this writing and being like mobile. That would be different. But just because. Okay, I think that was it. Right. Like this writing and. So those are my like real world experience uses with that. And those are the things that I thought about while I was using it. I thought this is going to be a great device to have the pen attached to, quickly, easily accessible, and really quickly get to and put back and feel good about it. Let's go to the chat. Let's go to the chat here. I know the chat making fun of me. I feel it. What do we got here? I just know when I come visit you, there will be an empty space on your whiteboard when I leave. I got you. Now we just playing the semantics game with the reMarkable Move. How good is it at note taker? LOL. Listen, it's an excellent note taker. The reMarkable platform hasn't changed on this. It's still the reMarkable platform, so it takes notes excellently. The writing feels great. Like the blacks are now. I say the blacks are better on this, but I think the blacks have been improved on the bigger reMarkable Paper Pro as well. So that's not a bonus for the move, just because the blacks are better on the bigger one too. So walking around with a horizontal pad looks like you're writing parking tickets. I was. People were scared. And we live in Philly too. Nah, you know what? People ain't mistaking me for a meter maid. No one's giving out parking tickets in Philly. We got way more things to worry about here. Will I enjoy reading while on the treadmill? Yes. You can hold that on the treadmill and feel good about it. Definitely. That's my big use case for glasses that show text. I would happily read while walking or treadmilling. They have glasses that do that. I saw some at CES. I mean, obviously they got glasses that do that. But at CES there was a really good pair that I saw that does only transcription. That was really great. You need something that moves with your eyes. Word. It wasn't down far enough. Definitely not. I walk and write with the Mini all day, but it's not the most comfortable all the time. Yeah, this will be way more comfortable to walk and write with than the standard small eInk tablet that we're used to. But I have XR glasses and can't use them on a stationary bike unless it has really good 3D tracking. Oh wow, the motion sickness is real. Oh, thanks for that take, The Rock. So that dream is dead until someone can beam stuff right into my optic nerve, I suppose. Yeah. reMove is too small. Nomad just fits my one hand. And the reMove is, for serious note taking, is not going to be what people are going to grab for serious note taking. Not at all. I'm telling you, right? I use this thing. It follows me to the desk that I'm at now. It's like I'm still daily driving the Nomad. But I'm realizing that I'm using this after using the Move. Like I use the reMove to like capture thoughts like throughout, me moving around, and then I'll go and put them in the Nomad in an organized way, because this don't have no organization I need yet. It's not there yet. It may get there one day, maybe not, but it's not there yet for sure. Lies, I will enjoy reading on the treadmill because the Move reader is trash. Yeah, the Move reader is not good yet. I'm not gonna lie, it's not good at all. I do think they're gonna make it better though. We're gonna talk about it. Rather should seriously consider making a version of their folio that includes an elastic strap for folks who use their Nomad while moving about. And standing. Especially for the smaller device. They did it for the bigger device. It would be nice to have it on a smaller device too. Philly's Karen, the most hated lady this weekend. LO. Well, listen, the Philly's Karen is serious business, especially here in Philly. Maximum Derek, just on my Oasis, and it's a must-have for reading. I can't imagine if I were actually walking with the thing. I'm gonna use this on the train. I'm gonna use it on the subway. I'm gonna use it on the bus. I'm gonna use it in a few use cases that I would not typically do. But we'll see. I'm gonna bring that forth too. I'm gonna make a video doing that. For me, at the Move size, it's too small for my note-taking needs, and that thing is too expensive for 3-word notes. Well, it's definitely not gonna be for everybody. But I'm super excited about the reMove, and I'm definitely interested in seeing what they do with the Reader app. Hopefully that makes this thing into something that it could be. It fulfills its potential. That's what I'm looking for. But if nothing else, this is a great companion for reMarkable Paper Pro users, right? I mean, even if it doesn't live up to the its potential as far as being a good on-the-go super premium e-reader, you know what I mean? And note taker, something that you can dictate on. Even if it doesn't reach that height, right? It's still a perfectly good companion device for your reMarkable 2 or your reMarkable Paper Pro. And it for a desk side device, like, I need space to just put it somewhere. Like, this thing has been like clutch for me. Just putting it in small spaces on the desk where I just need a little bit of space for something to take notes with. I don't need to make a whole area for it, That's been really great. That's been really nice. What else we got here, chat? What else we got here? You guys give a video a like if you're liking the content so far. Give me a subscribe if you want to see more stuff like this. We do the live show Monday through Friday if you're interested in seeing this kind of thing on a more consistent basis. We also have a membership. Go ahead and hit the join button. You get the little button. You get the badge that you're seeing of the members already. We got in the chat over here. You get a badge signifying you're a member. You get member shout outs. Who doesn't like a member shout out? And it's only 99 cents. It'd be free if I could, but they make you charge for the membership, so whatever. There we go. CJ says, would better file organization make you give up the Nomad for the reMove? It would need a lot more than file organization, CJ, for me to give up the Nomad for the move. I don't see anything coming close to the Nomad and what it does for me, to be honest with you. I don't see anything creeping up on that territory. The reMove is a whole different thing for me. I would be using it in a whole different way than I use the Nomad. Brian, how's it going? What do you think about the reMarkable reMove for high school and college students to make notes? Do you think it's too small? Yes. Yeah. This would be a luxury item for a high schooler or college student. I definitely recommend if it reMarkable, the reMarkable 2, not even the Paper Pro. But it's definitely too small for this would be a luxury item for a college student. reMarkable they need to implement better linking, or they need to implement linking at all to all right. Let me tell you guys what reMarkable would have to do to compete with Supernote. They would have to make linking. They would have to have better indexing. Give me indexing options. Let me index my own notes how I want to. Give me some versatility with indexing. Right now they have none. The only indexing they have is your recents and favorites. I need more than that. So they need better indexing. They need linking. They need better organization for folders and files. They need better file editing as far as copy, pasting, duplicating. They need to do better on that front. They can't even touch the Supernote in that arena at all. Caleb, how's it going? Thanks for joining us. What are your thoughts on cross-shopping the Nomad and the reMove for quick notes on a professional setting? Professional setting, reMove. It's going to look way more professional. You're going to be able to do anything you're going to need to do note-wise. Now, like I said, the organization is going to be something you're going to have to tackle maybe later on. But in a professional setting, I would still take the reMove over the Nomad. I've gone on record as saying that many times, though. In a professional setting, the reMarkable wins. All of them. So, like, when I have to, like, when I was going and dealing with people on that level and having to take an eInk device, the reMarkable was what I would take. Yep, the reMove also needs to allow for expanded storage at eInk. Absolutely. By that I mean in places like New York City and London, you really don't want you really don't want a $15 phone on open display if you can avoid it. Agreed. All of the movements. How's it going? Thanks for joining. Have you showed the EPUB font sizes yet? No, but we got them. I got them up for you. I was waiting for you. I made sure I got me an EPUB on here, and we're going to go through the font sizes. You don't get a lot of options all in our movement, so there's not a lot of options there, but we do have some options. reMarkable is too expensive for not having indexing, linking, and organization, not to mention the reader. I don't understand how it doesn't get the trash like the AI paper. It just they do simplicity so well. I can't bash them for the simplicity because that's their shtick. She says, can anyone speak to reMarkable life compared to Supernote? The battery life. That's a good thing. I don't know what my battery life is right now. I'm at 58%. I use it moderately for the last couple of days, and I'm losing about 20% a day. So at my rate, I'm gonna probably die. I'll probably kill the battery in a week. The reMarkable isn't the only device that looks good in a professional setting. It's not. It's not the only device that looks good in a professional setting. Don't get me wrong, you guys. Aaron, I'm not trying to say that. But if you asked me which one I would take for pure professionalism, it would be a reMarkable device. The cases look so refined. The devices are refined. To me, in a professional setting, it's not about how well it works. It's about how good it looks. That's why people wear suits to meetings. Because it's not about how well that suit's working. It's uncomfortable, okay? But it looks good, right? That's in a professional setting, it's about how it looks. The optics mean everything. It doesn't look good if you want to do any annotating and move those annotations to another device. No. Christian Ray, how's it going? Thanks for joining. Out of curiosity, had anyone tried the reMarkable app and say a Boox device or some other Android eInk device? That's a good question. Has anybody tried that? I would imagine someone's tried that. All of the movements. So here we go. We're gonna pull up the book here, and I'm gonna show you different font sizes. Now, a couple of things. Let me take this off. Now, a couple of things that I noticed on this. Can we get down closer here? Oh, can we get down closer? We can. Bam. Okay. All right. So we're gonna look at go to my files here. And where'd it go? Oh boy. Oh, did it? Did I did I do something wrong here? Oh, where is it? I promise I downloaded a book. Where is it? Oh, you know what? Let me go to my recents here. What? All in the movements. I don't know. Oh, there it goes. Whew. There we go. Man, that scared me. All right, so here we go. I was annotating on this. So here we go. This is what we have here for font sizing. Can I get down here a little bit more? All right, here we go. So font sizing for the reMarkable Paper Pro Move. I wonder if I can't change the dimness up there. This is kind of bright here. But this is what the fonts look like. Any requests for font size, you guys let me know, but I'll go through some settings here. So you can adjust the view here. And what you can do is you got text settings there. And what that allows you to do is you can change the font size to a lot of different sizes here. You can also change the justification. You can change the page margins, and you can change the line spacing here. So let me show those options a little bit better. Actually, that's nicer. That looks better. There we go. So you can see these are the options right here for this. What do we got here? So let me just show you what it looks like there. And this is with the biggest font size. Okay, confirm. So this is the biggest font size we have here. And we're going to go, oops, maybe it's still updating. All right, so that's the biggest font size. Now we're going to go down to a smaller font size here. This is the size that I personally like right here and would use because I'm blind. But hold on, it has a. That's one thing I don't like about this. They need to make this a little more responsive. I know Jay is like it's underpowered for certain things that they're trying to make it do. But there's ways they can optimize this and make it more responsive. I know that they can. So I definitely think they need to make this a little more responsive for sure. Oops. There we go. Okay. What else we got here? And this is the smallest. This will be the smallest font size right here. Oops. Yeah, that's the smallest font size right here. So there are some font and text options right here, and this is how they look. You also get, let me take it back to put it on the font size that I actually like using it on, which is this one right here. And I'm also going to go back and change it to the different kinds of justifications there. Aaron says this thing's kind of slow. Yes, they definitely need to optimize. Aaron, they definitely need to optimize the operating system to make it a little bit better for sure. And even with stuff like this, you see how it's not, the justification isn't quite right. Like, let's not make any, I'm not making any excuses for reMarkable's e-reader app. It's trash, okay? But my thinking is that they're going to do some. Now it's workable, right? I think the Supernote reader is trash too, but it's workable. You can read on it. You can do things, but it's not as good as it could be and should be for a device this small that could be an e-reader. It wouldn't need to do a lot to be e-reader. Just add some features, right? No qualms here. The reader could be better. It could be more snappy, but the operating system as a whole could be more snappy. But that's a reMarkable Paper Pro deal, not just a Move deal, but the bigger device as well. So let's go ahead and we'll change. We'll just the view again. And what we'll do is we'll change the justifications to see if that fixes that thing there. Okay, so justification didn't fix that. We'll go back to center justification, and we'll also, the margins are moved in the most. So you can move the margins as well to kind of add more onto the screen, but we've made that as small as we can make it. I think to fit everything we need to fit on this screen, we would probably have to go down a size in the font. Let's see what that does. Yeah, so I'd have to go down a size in the font to get everything to fit on the screen nice and neat, which is okay. I have no problem reading at this font level. It's one down from the font that I would want, font size that I would want, but it's possible. Especially when and like I said, you don't get a lot of options here. Basically the only options you get are these options here. For justification, page margins, line spacing. You get to change the font style as well. So that may help your reading experience, having a couple of different, again, the bare basics in this reader app for sure. And we'll go save that. Okay. So any questions about that? Thanks so much, says All In Movements. That's all I wanted to see. Now what features should their reader have? I like more fonts. Yeah, their reader definitely needs more fonts. It definitely needs more fonts. It needs more contrast settings. It needs to allow more formats for reading. If they allow for better contrast controls, reflow controls, all should be doable on this device. I think they have something. More formats, reflow, and more contrast settings. I mean, just take a look. Let's take a look at Onyx. You get a wealth of settings and options with the Go 10.3 with an Onyx device. We're gonna look at the Go 10.3 here as an example. I got a firmware update to go through. But just to give you an option or give you a look at some of the options you get for the reader on a Boox platform. Where am I? We're just gonna open Adventures of Tom Sawyer. Okay, we're just gonna. But this is the Neo reader here, and we're just gonna look at some of the options you get in comparison to the reMove. So. Okay, here we go. So this is one page right here. Now, if you tap in the middle, you get a plethora of options here. So firstly, the only real options I care about are these options down here. So you get a style option here, which you get to change the bolding of the text. You get to change the size of the text. You get a plethora of fucking whoa. My bad, chat. I'm just excited. You get a plethora of like fonts here. Like you get a lot of fonts. Now I wish you could like pick which ones or get to see what they look like before you picked it, but whatever. You get body font like styles. Okay, they won't. All right, so there we go. You get all these fonts over here. You can import more fonts, right? You get split view options. You know what I'm saying? You get refresh options. Note taking up top here. Like you get a lot. Yeah, swear jar. I've only made that mistake twice on stream. I've only made that mistake twice on stream, but those are the options I would expect to get. Those are the options I would expect to get on a device. Now, it doesn't have to be that extensive for a reader app. Just give me half of that. I'd be happy. You should update it to 4.1. Ebook settings options are easier to navigate now. Awesome. I've done my Note Air 4C. I haven't done the GOAT yet. Neo Reader does so much when it comes to researching and learning. Absolutely. It does a lot. I mean, that's the gold standard for a reader app. I'm not expecting that level from reMarkable. I mean, I'd accept Supernote level. Let's check out the Supernotes reader options here. Let's see what we got. Let's go down here. Let's see what we got on the Supernote here. Inbox? Yeah, there we go. All right. So, I mean, I'd accept Supernote level reader right now from reMarkable. At least, I mean, Supernote is still not good, right? But they at least give you some options here. You get contrast options, right? And you get some display options for font size and margins and row spacing. So it's very similar to what reMarkable offers on their device for the reader app controls. Yeah, so you know what? I guess never mind. I mean, again, like I said, I've never considered Supernote's reader app to be that good either. So, but you do have some options here. You do have more options than you do on the reMarkable with the Supernote platform. So, I mean, anything is better than what they're doing right now, but I would like something a little more extensive. All of the movements says Supernote wins because of the digest feature. It's so great to be able to isolate your annotations like that. Absolutely. Supernote wins on that front for a whole bunch of reasons, and that is definitely one of them. Yeah, great points. Boox does have a nicer reader app. Rod said a no word. This is on. Sometimes it happens. Benji Worlds. Benji, thanks for being here. Even if you're just laughing at me. I do think you are naming a lot of things the Move needs to add to be a good device. Yeah, absolutely. I might not be giving the Move a fair enough chance. Aaron, it's not going to be for everybody. So I agree with anybody who disagrees with my opinion. Yeah. Because it's not going to be for everybody. I totally get that. I totally get it's not going to be for everybody. But the digest on the Supernote is a game changer. I will say that. It's a very good feature. The digest does what Neo Reader does for Boox. Mm-hmm. Yeah. I can agree with that assessment. I can agree with that. All right. I think what else we got here, you guys? What are we supposed to talk about here today? Is that it? Yeah, I think that's it. That's the show for today. I want to end off with just saying some, not just pointing out some of the the bad things about reMarkable and what would happen if they don't. What would the future look like for the reMove if reMarkable didn't update the Reader app? Because all I've been talking about is how the future would look if they updated the Reader app. But what would that look like if they didn't update the Reader app? These are my thoughts on that. I feel like if they don't update the Reader app, what would happen is this is just the reMove is just gonna be relegated to a companion device for the reMarkable 2 and the reMarkable Paper Pro. Right? That's the worst that could happen. But even that future for the reMove is not a bad one. They needed a companion device. Now, if it just ends up being a smaller reMarkable, people are still going to get a lot of use out of this device. Now, because of the portability, because of you can, like I said before, you can put it anywhere, little spaces on your desk that you just need something to take a note real quick, and you don't want to make or can't make a lot of room for a bigger device. I think if it just gets relegated to that, it's still going to be hugely successful. Okay, it's still going to give a lot of people a lot of joy and a lot of use. It's going to fit a lot of use cases for people. It's already going to fit 2 use cases for me, even if it never gets to the full potential that I think it should get to as a really premium small e-reader. Okay, so if it never gets there, it's already proving to be useful to me in 2 use cases: a better desk note taker, and a smaller device that I can throw into my bag. So that's what it's doing for me right now. And the bad side about it is we saw a couple of them here, right? The performance is not as good as it could be. It could be snappier. There's flashing just like the reMarkable Paper Pro. What else? That's it to me. The responsiveness needs to be addressed, and that can be done with optimizing the actual operating system. And I mean that's it for me. The Reader app and the responsiveness to me are the things that need to be addressed. If they fix the responsiveness and the Reader app, like my thing is, for a device like this, I should be able to like think about it, chat. Like I'm gonna say this and then I'm gonna get out of here. Okay, I'm gonna say this and then get out of here. A device like this, I feel comfortable holding it like this and typing. It's the only one. I don't feel comfortable doing it like I would my phone, right? Like this is how I type on my phone, like with 2 thumbs, and that to me is a better typing experience than a keyboard that's big. Like if they had let's pull up the reMarkable Paper Pro. So I'm gonna pull up the keyboard on this device here. Can we get into a note? All right, there we go. Oh, that wasn't a note, dude. Okay, here we go. So we got a note. Now, what I want to do is let me pull this up here. Oh yeah, keyboard. We're going to throw text in here. We want to throw a bit of text. There we go. And it comes up with the keyboard. Now, I don't feel comfortable doing this with this keyboard right here. And I definitely don't feel comfortable typing on it like this. You know what I mean? I'm not a typer. I peck with fingers. So for me, having the ability to use my thumbs on something like this and do typing like that, this becomes a device that I would even feel comfortable typing some stuff out on because of how good reMarkable does their typing input. Like they probably do typing on eInk devices the best. I mean, let me know how you guys feel about that statement, but in my opinion, and I don't feel bad doing this. So I could type like this and be okay with that. And just, do whatever I need to do, just like I would on my phone, and type out something real quick. And then, bam, be done with it and put it aside. So, I don't know. For a lot of reasons, this thing works for me. But they do need to fix the responsiveness. You need to be able to tap on something and it respond quickly, especially like with the zooming, right? Another example. When I go to zoom something, okay, that was pretty instant. But there's been a couple instances where I've tried to zoom something and it just wouldn't work. Like it just couldn't keep up with me. But right now it's keeping up, so I don't have that issue right now. But if they can get that to be smooth 100% of the time, that would be a good thing. So those are things they need to fix. I think they need to fix how smooth the UI does its thing, and they need to fix that reader app. What else we got here? Sheen says, I would maybe feel comfortable if I could get the Gboard app on there. I do like the larger size for that though, for typing. Yeah, it's again, you have to dig this kind of setup though, but that to me works really well. All right, everybody, I think it's gonna be it. What do we got here? We got anybody in the chat still? Oh, we got 24 people still. Let's get 24 likes on the video on the live stream, you guys. Let's get 24 likes on the live stream. We're gonna go ahead and get the outro music going so we can get out. Whoa, that was not the one I wanted to play. So we can get out of here. Thank you guys for joining me. I appreciate the chat for being here. Again, go ahead and like the video if you like. Subscribe if you want to see more stuff like this. We do the live shows from 10 a.m. To kind of whenever during the weekday, Monday through Friday. So come join us. Don't be scared. Join us. Also, we have a join button down below if you want to join the chat crew. Okay, we got a chat crew. All right, and these are guys here. They got badges by their name. These are the ones holding it down for the community. I appreciate you guys. So join the chat crew. We've got a few new members today. So thank you to eInk for gifting some memberships. But for the people she gifted memberships to, consider going ahead and becoming a member. Re-up right now. It's okay. You can do it early. Don't even fret about it. Thank you guys for being here. Again, I'll be here to... Yeah. Oh, yeah. Gotta mention the Bills and the Steelers. Okay, so shout out to all the Bills fans before we go too. Shout out to all the Bills fans. Shout out to all the Steelers fans. Go Bills. Go Steelers. Join us tomorrow. I'll see you guys then. Until then, take care. Can you believe she interrupted the show? Like, the Steelers won. I'm a Steelers fan too. All right, you guys. Take care. Peace.